What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is the second episode in the series, and in today's episode we have our first game of many to come with Paris FC in the French second division as we begin the campaign off with our new side. Before I go on though, I just want to say a massive thank you for the support on the first episode, the likes, the comments, the views, all absolutely fantastic. Really appreciate that. You guys seem like you're really pumped for this series, and I just can't wait to produce more episodes for you guys because I'm really excited for it too. This should be a really good long adventure with Paris FC. Still starting the season off with Paris FC. In today's episode here, our first play game with our new side here, taking on Tours FC at our home ground for the first game of the season. And the first chance fell to us in the 5th minute. After some terrible defending, we win the ball back here. The shot comes in from Soccer. The goalkeeper saves it, but just 5 minutes and 50 seconds in, it is a debut goal for Thierry Ambrose, our number 9, who I've given the captain's armband. The former City striker was signed for a little sum of £650,000, yet it's our record signing so far, and he gets a goal just 6 minutes into his debut. He couldn't miss from that range, but I don't care. Ambrose scores the goal and does make it 1-0 to Paris FC, and gets the first of hopefully many goals in his career for this side. So I am so excited for that. I don't know why I've given him the captain's armband. I just felt it felt right, to be honest. And Ambrose does open the scoring. He couldn't miss, but either way, he does open the scoring and make it Paris FC 1, Tours FC 0. They then had the second chance of the game. Our goalkeeper made a pretty good save, and Ambrose almost got his second goal of the game just before half-time. That header from the corner going over the bar and behind for a goal kick. But the away side in this game actually played alright. They were dominating possession at half-time, as you could see, and in the second half they weren't carving out too many chances. They did get themselves inside here, and this header went inches wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post and behind for a goal kick. They weren't playing too badly, but mainly like a lot of teams on the AI on Legendary this year in this year's FIFA, they were just prioritising that possession and not getting too many chances, which meant that for us, with us leading by a goal to nil, we didn't really need to worry about it too much. We were just moving the ball around ourselves, trying to kill some clock really, and eventually later on in the game, after some nice passing, we play a through ball inside towards Thierry Ambrose, who runs through one-on-one, has a great chance to make it 2-0, and he does just that as well. He only got 2 proper chances in this game. The header from the corner, he had to make some hard work of really, to actually get his head to the ball and head it over the bar. But either way, for this chance, he got played through one-on-one, another clear-cut opportunity, and he takes it as well to make it Paris FC 2, Tours FC 0. It's going to be a dream debut for Thierry Ambrose, our new captain, and it's going to be a dream start for Paris FC as well. His second goal on his debut. How about that for a start for our number 9 and our record signing so far, as he makes it Paris FC 2, Tours 0. And as you can see, the final chance fell to the away side. A good stop by our goalkeeper, denying that bicycle kick from going into the back of the net. And so it was how the game would finish. Final score, Paris FC 2, Tours FC 0, and we win on the opening game of the season and the series as well. Delighted with that. As you can see with the stats here, the away side actually played pretty well. Dominated possession, 7 shots in total, 3 of which on target, although I will say that some of the shots were kind of half efforts really, not really worth showing. But either way, a good performance from our goalkeeper to get a clean sheet, good performance of the defence. Midfield played pretty well too, and so did Thierry Ambrose with a double on his debut. So really pleased with that, and what a fantastic start to the season and this series as well. Following that, we saw one of our foreign players got sold, which is fantastic. We then had some more player training, and also Metz decided they would match the £300,000 for one of our foreign wingers, Christian Kinkella. And also Sochar, they didn't actually come back to us regarding the bid we put in for Jerome Jr., but they did reject it. For some reason I didn't get the email, don't know why. We put it straight with the £200,000, and we shall wait and see what they say. And also Kinkella does get sold to Metz for £300,000. That's fine with me. Again, just want to try and get rid of the players who are foreign here in his clubs. We can't use them. And also Sochar did indeed accept the £200,000 bid for Jerome Jr. That's what I'll call him because I can't pronounce his surname. But either way, Jerome Jr. looks like he's going to come in for £200,000. So I'm kind of frustrated we couldn't swap any players out to Sochar and give them one of those players, because obviously they're foreign, we're not going to use them. But either way, we'll bring in Jerome Jr. for £200,000. Yes, he's a very low overall at just 57, but either way, he will develop for the future, and I'm okay with that. And we take on RC Lens for the second game of the episode here, the second of 3 games in today's episode. Now, in the episodes I'll be doing, I'm going to try and make sure there are at least 3 games per episode for the first season, just because we want to speed up the first season really. Playing in the French second tier, it's not going to be too interesting, so I want to make sure we can speed up the games as quickly as possible. Still, just like in the first game of today's episode, in the second game we get off to a fantastic start and open the scoring in the opening quarter of an hour. We won ourselves a couple of corners. The first one was dealt with, but the second one was swung into the centre. It was flicked on by Tiamat at the far post. We have a big stocky defender, a big stocky centre-back in our team right now, the number 19, whose name I'll probably get wrong, so I won't pronounce it. But either way, it was at the far post there, just waiting to head the ball in from close range. He does just that, and we open the scoring and make it RC Lens 0, Paris FC 1. We could have made it 2-0 there in the 23rd minute, but the goalkeeper made a great save. save, and from the corner he wants to get across the wall, looking for some danger to be caused. It's crossed in by Boga, and it's not fully dealt with by Lons as it comes to Grange here, who takes it round his man, gets himself inside, gets taken down, but it falls to Tiam, who goes for goal, and he smacks the bar, and RC Lons eventually see the ball go behind for a goal kick after Thierry Ambrose skies his shot. So Tiam smacking the bar there, almost a goal in his second game for the club. Very unlucky, but it was still 1-0 to Paris FC. We were looking pretty good early on in this game. RC Lons had their first chance here in the 33rd minute, but this shot went wide of the post and behind for a goal kick. And at half-time, as you can see, they were dominating the possession battle, 56 to 44%. We weren't really looking good when trying to control the ball and control the tempo. We'll probably see that does happen most of the season, to be honest, where the AI just keep holding the ball and don't really let us have a sniff of it. But either way, I don't really mind as we're 1-0 up in this game. Lons had their second chance in the second half, but a good save by our goalkeeper, and in the 71st minute, a great chance for Boga to get his first goal for the club, just like Tiam had a great chance for his first goal in the first half. He goes through one-on-one to shoot, but he can't hit the target, and it goes wide of the post and behind for a goal kick. Our final chance fell in the 87th minute. Perez swings in his cross from the free kick, and the header goes just over the bar and behind for a goal kick, but it was how the game would finish. Final score, RC Lons 0, Paris FC 1. What a fantastic start to the season. 2 wins from our opening 2 games, and 2 clean sheets as well. Very nice to see as well, and I thought we deserved this one too. In the second half, we got the possession battle back in our favour. We did lose it 51 to 49, but won the battle of the second half possession, if you will. And as you can see, we had more shots, more on target, and of course the most important thing, the only goal of the game. So we win the game by a goal to 0. Delighted with that, and following that as well, we also see that we notched up our 4th signing of the series so far. Jerome Jr. is going to come in for £200,000. He's only going to cost £1,500 a week. We did have to give him a wage increase of 250 quid extra a week, but I thought, you know what, I can afford that. It may be an extra £1,000 per month, but to be honest, we want to keep these players happy here. The 17-year-old is 58 overall, not 57 overall, but he's 6'3", jumping 82, strength 80 already, so he could turn into a real good physical beast at the back as well, alongside the current stocky centre-back we have as well. Those two could be a good partnership this year. He becomes our 4th signing of the window so far, joining Thierry Ambrose, Tiam, and of course Boga as well. And I'm sure we could still make 1 or 2 more signings before the summer transfer window ends. Also, our Georgian left-back is on his way to Hearts for £160,000. They came in with £140,000. We say match his valuation, and he looks like he's on his way to Tynecastle. So totally fine with that. We wanted to get rid of him as his foreign player, and getting his valuation is totally fine for me. And we take on Clermont Foot for the 3rd and final game of today's episode here in our 2nd home game of the episode. Now, the board wants to fight for promotion this season, but for me, if we don't get Paris FC into the top tier of French football next season, I will be very, very disappointed, and it will be considered a huge failure for us this season if we don't manage to do that. So I want to win as many early games as possible and try and get ourselves a lead around the top of the table and try and get ourselves away from the pack as soon as possible. We had the first chances of the first half from 2 corners here, but the headers went off target and behind for 2 goal kicks, and it was 0-0 at the break. But to be honest, the away side in this game, Clermont Foot, came here and literally just set their stall out and said, try and break us down. They were doing nothing other than trying to pass the ball around, frustrate us, and defend a 0-0 draw. And in the first half, they were doing just that and doing a good job of it as well. It was still goalless going into the break, and 9 minutes after the restart, we had the first chance of the second half. This free kick from 34 yards out trickles wide of the post and behind for a goal kick, so still 0-0. And I really did struggle to break down the opposition in this game. And this is going to be the challenge for us this season, you know. When the games are open and the teams are attacking at us, like in the first 2 games, I'm sure we'll be able to carve out a lot of chances here and there to get ourselves inside for shots. But in these games, where the sides come to us and they try and defend and try and make sure they can hold on to a goalless draw, it's going to be really hard for us with no real quality in our team to break down a defense and try and get ourselves inside. That's what the team's lacking right now, of course. One of those players who's a cut above the rest, that can carve out chances from basically nowhere and get more opportunities and hopefully break down the defense. In these sort of games, it's going to be really, really tricky for me to try and get myself inside, get too many chances, and try and get ourselves the 3 points. And as you can see, this game did finish as a very disappointing goalless draw. So it's not a bad result or anything, but as you can see with the stats, you know what Paris FC tried to do in this game, and you know what Clermont Foot tried to do in this game. We tried to get ourselves to win, they tried to keep hold of a goalless draw. They succeeded, we didn't, and in the end, we can only manage a 0-0 draw. So disappointing to drop points in our 3rd game, but it's not a bad result. We're 3 games undefeated and 3 clean sheets in a row as well. It's a pretty positive start, to be honest, and as you can see, all of our players that we signed, all 4 players so far, have grown by at least 1 rating as well to start the season off, so you can't really be too disappointed with the start we've made. 7 points from our opening 3 games, 3 clean sheets. Thierry Ambrose has already scored 2 goals on his debut as well. A lot of positives to take, and we still got a bit more money left over as well and could make 1 or 2 more signings before the summer transfer window shuts. But that is going to end the episode, guys, so thank you very much for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the 2nd episode of Club and Country, then please do leave a like, so that is much appreciated, and of course it really does help my channel out. And in the next episode, we'll be hopefully signing some more players, playing some more games, picking up more points with Paris FC, and getting even more progression. So thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, then please do leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon.